There's a kind of desire that doesn't come from daily wants or random whims. It doesn't rise from rush or lack. It emerges in silence, like an ancient memory, as if your heart remembered something your mind can't yet explain. And when it arrives, you feel it, in your body, in your soul. It doesn't ask permission, it calls. Just like an astronomer who suddenly spots a familiar star, you know, this is mine, this is for me. But here's what most people don't realize, and what I'm about to show you in the next 25 minutes. Those desires aren't random. They're not even yours in the way you think they are. They're cosmic coordinates. And there's a scientific reason why some desires manifest instantly, while others never materialize, no matter how hard you try. What if I told you that astronomers have discovered something about the universe that completely changes how the law of attraction works? Something so profound that when you understand it, you'll never struggle with manifestation again. Because the secret isn't in what you're doing, it's in what you're remembering. Many struggle endlessly. They visualize perfectly. They affirm with conviction. They take inspired action. But nothing shifts. And here's why. They're trying to create something that already exists, instead of tuning into what's already broadcasting toward them. It's like trying to invent a radio wave instead of simply adjusting the receiver. In the next few minutes, I'll reveal the first astronomer secret that will shock you. But first, you need to understand something that will change everything you think you know about desire itself. Because what you're about to discover isn't just theory, it's a precise science that works 100% of the time when applied correctly. And if something already stirred inside you, if you felt a recognition, not just interest, then this message carries your specific frequency. Subscribe now, because what I'm about to share has never been revealed in this way before. Here's the first secret that will shake everything you believe about manifestation. True desire doesn't originate from you. It originates through you. There's a massive difference, and understanding this difference is what separates those who manifest effortlessly from those who struggle for years. Neville Goddard touched on this when he said, "Desire is God speaking through man." Carl Jung glimpsed it through archetypes in the collective unconscious, but what they didn't reveal, what I'm about to show you, is the precise mechanism of how this actually works in your brain and energy field. Real desires come with what I call cosmic coordinates. They carry a vibrational GPS system that's already locked onto their manifestation. They don't just feel different, they are different. They have gravitational pull. They move through your consciousness like celestial bodies move through space, following laws you're about to understand. But here's where it gets fascinating, and this is something that will blow your mind in just a moment. When you feel that kind of authentic desire, something specific happens in your quantum field. It's like a star sending out its frequency, and your inner receivers finally tuning in. The desire becomes a bridge between dimensions, between what exists in the quantum realm and what's about to emerge in physical reality. But most people completely miss this. They think they create desires through willpower. They believe they're setting random goals. And so they end up chasing things that have no soul frequency behind them, no cosmic signal, no authentic light. And that's why they fail. But wait, because what I'm about to reveal next will show you exactly why your brain has been working against you this entire time. And once you understand this second astronomer secret, you'll never look at your thoughts the same way again. You see, there's something astronomers know about observation that changes everything about how manifestation actually works, and it's probably the opposite of what you've been taught. Your mind isn't just thinking random thoughts. Your mind is functioning as an observatory, a cosmic instrument that's either perfectly calibrated or completely miscalibrated. And here's what will shock you. Most people are using their mental observatory exactly backwards. Think about this. An astronomer doesn't just look at stars randomly. He selects specific coordinates. He maintains steady focus. He knows that observation isn't passive. It's active encoding. What he focuses on with emotional presence becomes part of his documented reality. But if he constantly changes targets, spinning his telescope in all directions, what does he see? Nothing coherent, just cosmic noise. Your brain works exactly the same way. Joe Dispenza's neuroscience research proves that your attention combined with elevated emotion literally rewires your neural networks and reorganizes your electromagnetic field. But here's the secret most people miss. It's not about positive thinking. It's about coherent observation. How many times today have you changed your internal focus? One desire in the morning, a different worry by afternoon. One moment of clarity, followed by scattered attention to whatever grabs your interest next. This creates what I call observational chaos, and it's the number one reason why manifestation feels so difficult. But here's what's about to change everything for you. There's a specific way astronomers maintain focus that eliminates this chaos completely. And when you apply this same technique to your desires, something incredible happens in your energy field. But before I reveal that technique, you need to understand something even more crucial. Something about time itself that will explain why some of your manifestations seem to take forever, while others appear almost instantly. Because time isn't what you think it is. And this third secret, this is where manifestation gets truly mind-bending. Stay with me, because what I'm about to show you about the orbital nature of time will change how you see every delay, every pattern, every cycle in your life. And once you grasp this, you'll never feel frustrated about timing again. Everything you've been taught about time and manifestation is wrong, dead wrong. And this misconception is probably costing you years of your life. Most people think time moves in a straight line, past behind, future ahead, and them stuck in the middle trying to pull tomorrow's dreams into today's reality. But that's not how time actually works, and it's definitely not how manifestation works. Time, as Tesla understood, and as every astronomer working with celestial mechanics knows, doesn't march forward. It orbits, it curves, it spirals. Everything in the cosmos moves in cycles of rotation and return. And here's the breakthrough that changes everything. If time is orbital, then delay doesn't exist. There's only vibrational distance. You don't manifest faster by rushing or forcing. You manifest by sinking into the correct orbital frequency. Like a satellite adjusting its trajectory to dock with a space station, your reality clicks into place when your inner orbit matches what you desire. But here's what's truly fascinating, and this will explain every pattern you've ever experienced in your life. You keep cycling through the same experiences, not because you're being punished, but because your internal orbit hasn't fundamentally shifted. Life keeps returning you to the same emotional coordinates until you consciously change your vibrational trajectory. And this leads to something even more profound that I'm about to reveal. Because there's a fourth secret that explains why emotional manifestation techniques fail so consistently. It has to do with how matter itself responds to frequency. And when you understand this, you'll stop trying to convince the universe and start commanding it through pure vibrational authority. This is where most spiritual teachers and law of attraction guides get it completely wrong. They focus on feelings and desires, but they miss the fundamental physics of how matter actually receives information. And that's what I'm about to show you next. Here's a truth that will revolutionize your entire approach to manifestation. Matter doesn't respond to emotional requests. It responds to rotational patterns. It answers to sustained frequency. It aligns with consistent vibration, not emotional outbursts. Most people believe that if they want something intensely enough, feel deeply enough, or express their desires with sufficient passion, the universe will respond. But this is a fundamental misunderstanding of cosmic law. Tesla revealed this when he said, "Think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. Matter recognizes consistency, not intensity. Look at celestial bodies. Planets don't beg to maintain their orbits. They don't plead with gravity to keep them in position. They simply maintain their rotational pattern. They hold steady frequency, and because of this unwavering consistency, they become stable, powerful, influential forces in the cosmic web. Your desires manifest the same way. The universe responds to what you consistently vibrate, not what you emotionally want in any given moment. One day you feel abundant. The next day, old fears resurface and you're broadcasting lack. One moment you believe in your dreams. An hour later, doubt creeps in and you're unknowingly transmitting uncertainty. This inconsistency creates static in your signal, and matter can't build stable structures from scattered energy. It needs coherent, repetitive patterns. But here's what's truly remarkable, and this is the fifth secret I'm about to reveal. There's a specific type of misalignment that's probably happening in your energy field right now. And it's so subtle that most people never detect it, even though it's sabotaging every manifestation attempt they make. This has to do with something I call vibrational wobble, a condition that affects 97% of people trying to manifest. And once you understand how to detect it and correct it, manifestation becomes as reliable as gravity itself. But first, let me show you exactly what this wobble looks like and why it's been invisible to you up until now. Imagine a planet spinning just slightly off its natural axis. From a distance, it looks normal. It's moving, it's rotating, it appears to be functioning correctly. But gradually, everything begins to malfunction. Seasons arrive at wrong times. Systems fall out of balance. Life struggles to maintain stability. This is exactly what's happening in most people's energy fields right now. You're spinning with intention, you're moving through your manifestation practices, but you're slightly off axis. And this creates what HeartMath Institute calls an incoherent field, scattered energy that the universe simply cannot read clearly. Most people vibrate in fragments, excitement about their dreams, immediately followed by worry about how those dreams could possibly happen, gratitude for what they have, interrupted by anxiety about what they lack, faith in their potential mixed with buried beliefs about their limitations. This creates energetic noise, interference, and your signal to the universe gets lost in the static of your own internal chaos. You might be visualizing perfectly, affirming with conviction, taking inspired action, but if your field is scattered across multiple frequencies, you're like a satellite spinning with no clear trajectory. But here's what's truly exciting. There's a way to detect this misalignment immediately and correct it in real time. And when you achieve what scientists call coherent field generation, the universe doesn't need convincing to respond. Response becomes automatic. But before I reveal that technique, there's something even more crucial you need to understand. Something about perception that could be distorting every signal you're receiving from the universe right now. This sixth secret explains why you might be looking directly at your manifestations without recognizing them. Because there's a lens through which you're seeing reality. And if that lens is clouded, you'll doubt progress that's actually happening. You'll misread signs that are perfectly clear. And this is probably the most dangerous obstacle to manifestation that exists. You might achieve perfect vibrational alignment. Your frequency might be spinning in flawless rhythm. Your energy field might be completely coherent. But if the lens through which you're interpreting reality is distorted, you'll still see chaos where order exists. You'll doubt progress that's actually accelerating. You'll miss manifestations that are literally happening right in front of you. Your mind functions as that lens, and the ego, when it operates without awareness, becomes the primary source of distortion. The ego demands immediate proof. It wants transformation to happen on its timeline and in forms it can easily recognize and control. But the universe operates on soul time, following rhythms that transcend the mind's need for obvious confirmation. Carl Jung mapped what he called the shadow, aspects of ourselves we reject, but which continue operating beneath awareness, silently influencing every perception. When shadow material clouds your lens, even positive developments get interpreted through filters of fear and old conditioning. Clear signals from the universe appear as threats. Aligned opportunities look like risks. Forward movement feels dangerous. But here's what will change everything for you. There's a spiritual way to clean this lens completely, rooted in ancient wisdom and modern neuroscience. And when you do, reality doesn't change, but your experience of reality transforms instantly. Opportunities that were always there become visible. Synchronicities that were always occurring become undeniable. Progress that was always happening becomes obvious. And this leads to the seventh secret, something that will completely revolutionize how you think about manifestation itself, because everything I've shown you so far has been building to this revelation. And once you understand this, you'll never try to create anything again. You see, manifestation isn't creation at all. It's something entirely different, something that makes the whole process infinitely easier. And what I'm about to reveal will explain why some people seem to manifest effortlessly, while others struggle for decades. Here's the paradigm shift that changes everything. Manifestation is not creation, it's reception. You're not building something from nothing. You're tuning into something that already exists in the quantum field, waiting for your recognition. This isn't metaphysical theory. This is how consciousness actually operates. Your desired reality exists right now as a complete vibrational frequency, as a fully formed timeline, as an available experience broadcasting through the infinite field of possibility. Your job isn't to create it. Your job is to receive it. Think of manifestation as cosmic reception rather than cosmic construction. You're not forcing new realities into existence. You're adjusting your receiver until existing signals come through clearly. Just like a radio doesn't create music, it tunes into frequencies that are already streaming through the space around you. Neville Goddard understood this spiritual truth when he taught about states of consciousness. What you desire already exists as a state you can occupy, not something you need to build, but something you need to become receptive to. And when you shift from creation mode to reception mode, everything changes. The desperation dissolves, the need to control relaxes, the pressure to make things happen lifts completely. You stop trying to pull the future toward you and start becoming the version of yourself that already lives in that future. But here's where it gets truly profound, and this is the eighth secret that ties everything together. The universe has been trying to communicate with you all along. It's been sending signals, creating synchronicities, orchestrating perfect timing. But there's a specific language it uses, and most people completely miss it because they're waiting for the wrong kind of confirmation. The universe speaks in patterns, not words. In orbital returns, not announcements. And once you learn to read this language, you'll realize the conversation has been happening all along. You just weren't fluent enough to understand it. Everyone expects the universe to speak their language. They wait for obvious signs, clear messages, dramatic synchronicities that leave no room for doubt. But the cosmos communicates through its own sophisticated system, the language of patterns, rhythms, orbital returns, and meaningful repetition. Your consciousness follows these same orbital patterns. Your awareness moves in cycles of insight and integration, expansion and contraction, breakthrough and consolidation. When you live in constant urgency, demanding immediate confirmation, you override these natural rhythms and miss the deeper conversation happening in the quieter phases. A master astronomer never expects the cosmos to shout. He knows the most profound spiritual discoveries come through sustained attention to subtle signals. He watches for patterns that reveal themselves only over time. He notices repetitions that contain crucial information for those trained to read celestial grammar. Through both scientific observation and intuitive awareness, your desires are responding to you right now, but probably not in ways your mind expects. They're creating orbital returns in your experience, situations, people, opportunities that circle back with increasing frequency and clarity. They're generating meaningful coincidences that carry precise messages for someone who knows how to decode them. Maybe your desired relationship keeps presenting itself through different people who all share qualities you've been longing for. Maybe your career breakthrough keeps approaching through various channels that all require you to step into an expanded version of yourself. Maybe your financial abundance keeps trying to flow through opportunities that all invite you to trust your abilities more fully. The universe is speaking now. It's been responding all along. But its responses come through movement rather than words, through experience rather than explanation, through the gentle insistence of what keeps showing up rather than dramatic announcements of what suddenly appears. And this brings us to the final secret, the one that transforms everything we've covered into a complete system. Because there's something about you, something about your essential nature, that once you remember it, makes manifestation as natural as breathing. Everything I've shared has been leading to this ultimate recognition, this moment of remembering who and what you actually are. You are not learning manifestation. You are remembering it, because you are not separate from the creative force of the universe. You are that creative force, expressing itself through the unique instrument of your consciousness. You are the code that transforms quantum potential into physical reality. Not a piece of the code, not a user of the code, You are the complete cosmic algorithm, the full vibrational signature, the entire celestial pattern that bridges dimensions. But here's what changes everything. This code doesn't activate through intellectual understanding. It awakens through cellular remembering, the kind of recognition that happens when your soul says, yes, this is truth, this is home, this is who I really am. You didn't choose your deepest desires from a menu of random options. You came into this life carrying them as cosmic coordinates, as your soul's GPS system, as the vibrational fingerprint that distinguishes your unique path from every other journey on this planet. Each authentic longing that rises from your depths, each vision that won't leave you alone, each dream that calls across years of doubt, these aren't arbitrary wishes. They're memories trying to surface. They're your higher self sending signals backward through time, reminding your current self of potentials you came here to actualize. A master astronomer doesn't invent constellations. He recognizes patterns that have always existed. He maps configurations of light that have been broadcasting since before human civilization began. That's exactly what you're doing when you follow authentic desire. You're not creating something new, you're revealing what was always there. When this remembering happens, when you stop trying to become someone different and start recalling who you've always been, everything synchronizes. Your personal vibration matches your cosmic orbit. Your attention becomes your telescope. Time curves into opportunity. Matter responds to your frequency. You were never broken, never separate, never limited. You were simply temporarily forgetting the magnitude of what you actually are. And now, through these words, through this recognition, you're beginning to remember. The desires were always maps. The attention was always your instrument. The time was always orbital. The manifestation was always reception. The misalignment was always just a call to recalibrate. And you were always the cosmic code that makes it all work. What felt impossibly complex is suddenly obvious. What seemed hopelessly distant was always intimately present. Because the universe didn't need you to do more. It needed you to remember more. To remember your natural spin, your authentic frequency, your role as the conscious astronomer of your own infinite potential. Now, take a breath. Feel your orbit. Feel the gravitational presence of everything that's already yours, already moving toward you, already preparing to manifest through the perfect instrument of your awakened consciousness. You are the astronomer of your own soul. You are the bridge between quantum possibility and physical reality. You are the living proof that consciousness creates through matter when it remembers its true nature. And in that remembering, everything falls into perfect place. If this message awakens something you recognize as truth, share it with someone whose soul is ready to remember too. Subscribe to continue receiving these cosmic transmissions, and declare in the comments, I remember the constellation I came from. Let that anchor this frequency in your field and activate the codes that are ready to come online now. Because this isn't just information, this is initiation, this is remembering, this is your return to everything you came here to be.